Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has sent Serbian Ambassador Mira Nikolić a letter in which it condemns Friday's unveiling of a monument to Yugoslav People's Army Major Milan Tepić in Belgrade. In a suicide attack, Tepić set off an explosion in a munitions depot in Bjelovar in 1991, which killed 11 Croatian soldiers. The ministry notes that had the Croatian soldiers not attempted to stop him, he would have ignited the entire munitions warehouse, which would have leveled the entire city.
The unveiling of a monument to a, quote, national hero, Mayor Milan Tepić, with high state honors, confirms that the Republic of Serbia is still unprepared to confront the past and its role in the bloody demise of the former Yugoslavia.
Meanwhile, Defense Minister Damir Krstičević today responded to a statement from his Serbian counterpart Aleksandar Vulin, who during a visit to Šibenik yesterday characterized the homeland war as a civil war. Minister Krstičević made it clear that this interpretation of events in the 1990s was unacceptable.
For us here in Croatia, there is only one truth. Croatia was not engaged in a civil war. The Republic of Croatia was subjected to a massive, brutal, Greater Serbian aggression. Croatia conducted a just, defensive fight for peace and freedom. This war was fought on Croatian territory, and in that war we defended ourselves and we won, bringing peace and freedom.
Prime Minister Andrej Plenković and Defense Minister Damir Krstičević received Polish Defense Minister Antoni Macierewicz today. The reason for the visit was the Polish minister's desire to thank Croatian officials in person for the participation of the Croatian armed forces in NATO's increased presence in Poland, a mission led by the United States. At last year's NATO summit in Warsaw, member states agreed to strengthen the alliance's military presence on its eastern border.
We discussed possible cooperation in refitting helicopters. This is important to both countries. We are especially grateful to Croatia for sending its troops to Poland, which will play a key role in filling these battle units. We also agreed to Polish support to Croatia in building NATO centers for special forces. As a sign of solidarity and friendship, Croatia is sending 78 soldiers to Poland for 15 days. I believe that should, heaven forbid, Croatia need help of this kind in the future, Poland would do the same.
President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović kicked off a three-day visit to Romania today. After meeting with Romanian President Klaus Iohannis, the president said that the focus of their meeting was on economic cooperation, the 3Cs initiative, and membership of the Schengen border regime and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development.
Today, we specifically touched on our joint positions and values within the EU and NATO. Both Romania and Croatia are advocating for a unified EU. We are decidedly opposed to a multi-speed Europe, a Europe with a core and a periphery, or any kind of Europe that would not offer equal opportunity for development to all.
As Croatia comes to the end of a record-breaking tourist season, with a 12% increase in overnight stays and an increase in revenues, which stand at €2.7 billion in the first 6 months of the year, union leaders today warned government that employers are routinely ignoring legally defined workers' rights, such as the minimum wage.
Obviously, this came about as a result of the, I will say arrogant so that I don't use harsher language, the arrogant behavior of our employers in previous years, who thought that they would have cheap labor forever and that they would be able to manipulate workers and build empires on their backs.
Unions today also addressed their negotiations with government on a collective agreement for public sector workers. They said that their focus was on raising salaries and accused government officials of delaying the negotiations. They are looking for a 15% increase in salaries, which they feel will help keep young Croatians in the country.
A raise in salary would definitely stop to some degree the trend of immigration among Croatians to foreign countries, because what's happening now is a catastrophe.
The Supreme Court has upheld an appeal against the motion to suspend the trial of former Prime Minister Ivo Sanader and the CEO of the Hungarian oil group MOL, Zsolt Hernadi. The trial was suspended at the end of May after a request was filed for the opinion of the Court of Justice of the European Union to establish whether the ignoring of the European arrest warrant for Hernadi by some EU countries was justified. The trial was initiated on the suspicion that hrti had given Sanader a €10 million bribe during the sale of INA shares to MOL. A protest was held in Split today against the ratification of the Istanbul Convention. The organizers say that while they strongly oppose violence against women, the convention has a number of negative provisions that will disrupt Croatia's legal system. They are also concerned that the convention promotes abortion and introduces a natal ideology.
We call on Prime Minister Plenković, as the leader of a conservative party, to reject the convention. Only 14 EU countries have ratified this very controversial convention.
Taking a quick look at sports, the national football team has gathered in Zagreb ahead of its last two qualifiers for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Croatia plays Finland in Rijeka on Friday and Ukraine in Kiev on Monday. In tennis, Marin Cilic is through to the second round of play at the ATP tournament in Tokyo after beating Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece 6-3, 6-2 today. He faces Uchiyama of Japan next. And now the forecast for tomorrow. Increased cloud cover with rain and thunderstorms will move in from the northwest and spread to the rest of the country by evening. There will be a moderate to strong southwesterly in the interior and on the northern Adriatic, while Dalmatia will see a mild to moderate southeasterly. Morning lows of 4 to 9 degrees Celsius inland, 12 to 17 on the coast, will give way to highs of 17 to 23 degrees. The three-day forecast for the interior calls for partly to predominantly sunny skies on Wednesday and Thursday. There is a chance of some rain still on Wednesday morning. Expect overcast skies with rain and thunderstorms on Friday, with a chance of some snow in mountainous regions. The coast will see skies begin to clear on Wednesday, although Dalmatia could still see some isolated showers. Predominantly sunny on Thursday, however, the northern coast could see some localized rain. Variable weather with showers and thunderstorms are expected on Friday. There will be a moderate to strong southeasterly on Thursday and a strong northeasterly on the northern Adriatic on Friday. And that wraps up the news. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night.